Everyone was just freaked out and scared and shocked. At the time, we had no law enforcement in the community.
It happened late in the evening, but it took the troopers until the next afternoon to get there.
I didn't get home till about 10:30, 11 o'clock at night, and I got a call, and they said a young girl was missing. And I said, why are you calling me for a young girl that's missing? I didn't understand, and he said, well, she was murdered. So I said, well, I'll be right there. You guys don't touch nothing, you move people away. She was out on the outside of the church. There's a covered entryway. She was killed in that area. And I guess the pastor's wife found her.
My best friend is an EMT. She could not recognize my daughter. For a long time, I didn't know about her clothing being removed. They wouldn't tell me. Juneau tried to fix her up as best they could. They sent her to Anchorage to try to fix her up. They couldn't fix her up for us to be able to see her again. We got to see her hand. That's about it. I was gonna set up a corner, but Dad wants us in the window, so.
13-year-old Mackenzie Howard was beaten to death with a rock the size of a basketball in February 2013 in the remote village of Kake, Alaska, population 559, a place home to mostly Alaska natives from the Tlingit tribe.
This is from Ruth, the Tlingit teacher.
Like 75 other remote Alaskan villages, Kake had no law enforcement at the time. The village, which is only accessible by plane or boat, now has one village public safety officer, or VPSO, but he is not permitted to carry a firearm. After Mackenzie's body was found, it took state police officers 11 hours to fly in from Juneau, 114 miles away.
What really got me was nobody came, even after we had called the troopers and I talked to them. And I thought they would have flown somebody in. They have the capability of flying at night now here. I thought they'd be in at first light, but still nobody came. And that upset me greatly. When there's any fishing violation or hunting violation, they're here in full force over a dead animal.
A spokeswoman for the Alaska State Troopers said, quote, "The response was made as swift as logistically possible."
But because there was no law enforcement, didn't mean that things weren't taken care of. People like my Uncle Joel and other men in the community had to step forward, be on security watch until law enforcement could come in.
Well, it was pretty intense because nobody knew who had committed the crime, and it took them about 10 days to figure out who did it. They didn't help us patrol, but since I've had police experience, we organized our own patrol because people were scared.
It's just like living in, say, your neighborhood, wherever you come from, with no law officer. What's that feeling like? You're sleeping in bed. Maybe you have bars on your windows, and you have bars on your door, and you look all over when you get up to make sure no one's standing outside.
I've been to rollovers on cars and adults where they're just climbing out of the car all bloody, and 2-3 weeks later they're buying a new car and they're driving again. Too many people have gotten away with damaging stuff and just nothing happening. There's nothing happening. There's no consequence, so they don't have a reason to stop.
It makes a difference. People, don't really fear the law here.
And it's a very, very sad commentary for our people and our government to overlook the tribes and be marginalized because of the top-down jurisdiction of available funds. To me, that is very contradictory to the Constitution.